And there's Rode mic. There we go. There, now there we go. How did I think the DJI mic, we should be good now. All right. The DJI mic was replaced by the, probably, there we go. It was replaced by the computer. Yeah, all right. I knew that was going to be an issue, so good. We are on. All right. Um, yeah, I hope everybody had a Merry Christmas. There's for sure. I'd say that's the first thing. I just got done talking to Kai a second ago in the car. Maybe he'll pop in for a minute. Um, I remembered I was going to do a stream today, and I just had to help my daughter do some. I had to do some dad stuff. She just got a new house, so they had a brand new house, and a smoke detector was going off. You know, that just makes no sense to me. I'm like, hey, what's up with that? So I had to go there with the extension ladder. Had to make the superhero run over to the daughter's house. So hey, how you doing? Yes, the search is still on. It's still on. I'm actually going to talk a little bit about that. I don't want it to eat up the whole stream because it's in process. But I'll give you some more of the story. I think you guys have a lot of it already. But there's a lot to the story because this was a early production product. I actually the company actually has come out and actually have been watching these videos. They're like, you think you're going to find it? They're actually thinking, trying to figure out if I'm going to find this thing. So I told them, I said, if I find it, I'll ship it to them. I'll put it in the box and ship it, and they can look at it, especially if it's software. If it's a hardware issue, you know, that's a different story. If it's a hardware issue, I'm gonna I'm gonna throw some more. I'm gonna throw some new props on it if it's not broken. My guess is it flew. It probably either if it did 100-foot drop onto the surface of the desert, it's going to be broke. But if it did a recovery landing, which it seemed like it was doing, it seemed like it was doing a limpy landing. Um, so just stop wasting my time. Oh, guys, I am really interested in this. This is what I do. I'm all about drones, and I really want these companies to be better. So I'm gonna do what I can because the other one I flew was fine. I mean, I flew the second one and I didn't make some of the same mistakes. I think pushing a flight on a drone that was definitely doing some things it wasn't supposed to. I knew it. It wasn't behaving the way it was supposed to behave. Um, Here, I'm going to share my screen over here for you guys. Right. So this is actually one of the really important scenes that came up in my last video. And if you notice these data points right here, so I've got all of these different data points. So I'm going to use these for reference. So these are all reference points. And I was thinking that the search should be over here, like in this area right here. And the problem with that is your brain will tell you a lot of stuff that you're not really seeing. Okay. So if you don't put points of reference down, and I have no log files. It did not record that flight at all. It recorded the flight before it, like my practice flight the day before, but for some reason it did not record anything from this flight. And that is the honest God truth. So it didn't record anything. Um, but I am one thing I'm going to show you in a second. I actually I have stuff, guys. I have something better than coordinates. To know that I guess actually coordinates would be nice at this point. I would be very happy to have real coordinates there. That's not there. I mean, Let me just show you a really important data point. Okay. Yeah. If I had guys, if I had GPS coordinates, I'd walk right to the spot. I'm running the risk of the fact that we are so close to a major trail that this thing could have landed on the trail and got picked up. So that's another one of my issues. So, yeah, if this guy's, if, I'm just telling you right now, if this is not a DJI product. If it was a DJI product, you guys know that this would have been solved the day of the crash. I would have went and picked it up. I would have went right to the desert, just like I did with my Neo. I crashed my Neo and I found it. The Neo, guys, the Neo is this big. The one I'm looking for is this big. It's three times the size of the Neo. So, and the Neo was, I thought I'd never find it. It's so small, and I found it. Because I've got the GPS data, and um. So let me just look for. I'm looking for a an image for you guys. I want you to be involved in this. I want you to you guys that are interested in how you can find something without having all of the fancy gizmos and gadgets. You can use direction and location, and you could use just some common sense, and you can find stuff. So I'm kind of going into that mode. Let me just find that image for you guys. The one that really is super important. It's the one that really is going to give us the best idea of what I'm looking at. All right. Okay. So this is the image that is super important right here because it tells me a lot. Okay. First of all, the area that I thought I saw, everything is closer than you think. So if you look at all these data points right here, you see this one here. This is the one where I was standing. I told you I'm standing on the my point of reference. Okay, that the only thing that I really have. And I started walking the area just to make sure that I laid out a several points of reference. So I've got ones close to the trail. So this area here is, if you looked at where I was parked, my bike was parked where I was taking off was right here, this area right here. So I'm basically not going to count any of this. But this is the distance. This is the 2,930 foot mark, the 3,000 foot mark. And it shows you, and this is a complete straight line back to the flight point. And you can see that I've been searching in the wrong spot instantly. So if I swing this arm down, you'll notice that I have all this desert to cover yet. I've got to hit this whole area right here. Now I walked out here, but I walked straight across here. So all of this area is virgin ground. So that's it right there. That is my point of reference using Google Maps and Google measuring tool. Looking at now I had live information from the drone itself, from my screen recording. Guys, if I didn't have my screen recording, I'd have nothing. So that's where X is marking the spot right now. So in my next video, I am going to explore that area right there. Um, Okay, so here's another thing that I'm going to be doing now. If you could draw a straight line straight down right from here to here, this is the point that the drone could not have gone to. Okay, so from here to about this point right here, this is the no-go zone. There's no way I'm going to anything to the south of this. So this is north, that's south. So north south, this is east, and that's west. So up and down is I'm basically the top of the map is west, bottom is east, and over here is the south. So I'm not searching anything further south than this area right here. Okay, from this coordinate over, I'm not, once I get to here, now that's not if you're walking from here to here, guys, that's literally, you know, That's literally 400 feet, maybe. So but this is definitely an area where it could be found. When I brought my information back, my data points, and I laid this out, I'm like, dude, I didn't look at any of that area. And this is more likely where it went. So it was flying this direction. I passed this, I just had passed this area. So it could be anywhere from the southern point here over here. This is completely virgin ground. There's the trailhead right there. I can go all the way down here because it was turning. Actually, I was turning into the hill this way when I was flying. So I was turning in. So anyway, that's where I'm at. Yeah, I don't have to the only telemetry I have is the video. So if you've watched any of those videos I showed you, I keep replaying over and over again. Here, I'll show you. Yeah, I'm not trying to hide this, man. I'm not just trying to get you to watch my videos. This is completely completely the way my brain works. Yes, I got the last distance. Jim, you need to get caught up. Jim, you need to get caught up on the search here. This is video 3. You need to see 1 through 2 or 1 and 2 first before I even give you video 3. All right, let me see if I can find this here. Hold on here. I got to find the screen recording here of reference. I think this is it. Hold on here. I'll share it with you in a second. Yeah, this is it. Okay. All right. So you can see that this drone is misbehaving right now. Okay, it is completely misbehaving, and I continue you know the I continue trying to fly it. You can see it's all over the place, and I'm getting red flags, and it's okay. So I'm basically holding it. You look at the. Boy. All right, so I'm going to fast forward here. There's my compass calibration I did. Okay, so I calibrate this sucker, and then we fly. And I think I've showed you this, but I'm going to show it to you again so you know the way I'm thinking here. Maybe some of you guys can help this. So here we go. So the drone is toilet bowling, and I am still trying to fly it. Literally every red flag has happened. Okay. And I am going to head out to this area right here. So I'm going to fly this way, and I'm going to end up. So I'm flying south. Okay. I am flying south. The sun goes right across my face here. So I fly out, and you can see it's misbehaving, and I'm course correcting the whole entire time. And you do have, guys, right here where my image is. Okay, I can make this smaller here so you can see. You've got this distance. So I've got a point of reference from where I took off to where I land, and the distance it's so I've got enough data to find it. I'm only 40 feet off the ground. Okay. And I'm heading for this area here this area right here that I keep referring to. This is the key to the loss right here. This reference point. So you see that I've in that distance. That's all I've got. I can in a way I can triangulate from this point to this distance point. There's other things I can do. I can literally go here. Okay, the other thing I can do is take this feature right here and put a data point there. And you can start to create a vector. And all I got to do is line up all those lines, and I'll find the spot. Guys, I can find the spot. I know I can find it. So I'm going to go straight out there. So any known points of reference will help me. I've got distance, which is the drone traveling, and I've got this point right here. This is where I took my latest point right there from this rocky outcrop right there. Okay. So this is where one of my points of reference are. So I've got my distance I'm traveling, I got my point of origin, and I can swing a line. I can swing an arc, but the line out this far will create a nice point. So I could take a point from here. I could take a point from here, and you just crisscross those. And what I should do is take 3 points. I'm not quite there yet. I think I'm going to find it here. I don't think I need to do any more reference pointing. I don't know what this is here. I could use this spot here. I don't know. I think it's a fire pit right there. That's where there was a fire because this is an area that's used by people to shoot. There's clay pigeons out there, and you saw the pair of underwear I found. So I can take multiple points. I'm not gonna flail in the wind too much. So if my initial location, if with this next reference doesn't get me closer, um I'm looking for anything. I'm looking for a drone arm, I'm looking for a prop that flew off. I'm looking for any signs of a drone, any little pieces, plastic pieces, anything. So let's see. Check the distance here, subtract final. I don't have it did not record the log. It didn't record the guys. I do not know why I have no log information from this flight. Zero. I've got the day before, which is the day I did a test flight, and then the next day it did not record anything. Right. Yeah. So right. I'm at 2673. I understand that. Okay, I'm using that. That's my distance log. My furthest distance is 20. I'm not done yet here. I'm going to let her fly out a little bit more. You can see I'm going to start to. I've got more distance here. I've got another number coming. It's like 2930, something like that. So you see 28. You see how it's bouncing around. You see how it's unstable at this point. But from the camera's point of view, I am literally facing south, so I might be right on that in that area there. So we got 2853. You can see it's still traveling. You can see now I'm going towards the rocky outcrop. So what I want to do is I want to find another reference point out there that I can triangulate with this reference point. There, right there. 2937. Bam. 2973. Okay. So 2973. So I've got this number between 2900 and 3000 that I'm going to use. But 2973 is the last number. And you see where my attitude now is unstable. So I've got an unstable attitude and 2973. And once again, that's where this reference point basically is. This is 2950, something like that. And then I'm going to go out another couple of feet. So what I can do is I can reference this location. I can also reference one of these locations so I can swing these locations around, because I might, like if I come off of this one and go here and I find this one, I might be down here somewhere. I might be in this area, from the point of reference using this distance. So this is going to swing down. So this here is going to rotate. It's going to rotate a little bit because this point here is not going to be straight. So I've got that point there. I've got this point that I can come through, and then I need another reference point which I'll bring back. Maybe I'll look for this rock in here, this area right here, to get it a little bit closer, because then I can get an X marks the spot. We can put an X on the freaking map, you know, but we want to use these points that we can get. Now I know these are big points, so there's a lot of room for error there. But I'd say within 10 feet, you can, within 10 to 15 feet, probably 20 feet, I'm gonna be able to see what's up. I'm not gonna miss it. I'm not gonna. There's just not enough. It's a very you can see that the nice thing about this area is it's not Like it's not dense. It's a lot of sand. It's I'm gonna find it. That's what I'm telling you. It did turn 90 degrees. We know that. It basically it no it turned 180 degrees. It completely spun around. That's why I'm thinking it lost a prop. That's why Kai basically said, he says it lost a prop. Either that or one of the arms gave way. It swung in and then it swung around, but then bang, gone. No, it doesn't show when it hits the ground. I'm not trying to hide anything, guys. This is just what it shows. It loses contact. So when there's catastrophic failures, okay, this is what happened. This is what Kai said happened, and this is what I believe happened. Okay, so when a drone loses, when a drone goes 90 degrees, okay, so first of all, it was facing this way. It turned completely around, and then you can see it falls off. So let me see if I can find that again, so you can see that specific that specific point of reference. Okay, so we're out here somewhere. Let's see, right there. Okay, so this is where okay, so we know from okay people that hand catch drones like me, we hand catch them and we turn them night we flip them 45 degrees because we want them to shut off. Okay, that's exactly what this will do. So it's going to turn around. It's going to completely pivot back the direction that I'm flying from. I know that because I can see my reference point, and that's where it loses that's where I completely lose it. So here we go, right here. 28, 52, 53, 57, right there. This is where you see the prop in view right there. Something is happening fast. It's when the prop comes in view when it's starting to turn. Bang! You see that? And you see it. You see the tilt. To me, the tilt means it's going to shut itself off. That's why you lose everything. And and I didn't get any recorded data. It didn't send anything back. Um, so I don't know why it completely didn't record any of the items. So see you see now I'm looking straight back from my takeoff point. 2941, and you can see that it's going negative. It's coming down. So 2.68 miles an hour, it is basically stopped. It's forward movement. It's completely turned around and it's yawed quite extremely. Use 2673. I would go out 300 feet. Yeah, I would definitely because because definitely nothing just falls straight out in the ground, especially drones. You just don't know. I mean, there could be drift. You see how it's basically now means it's drifting towards the trail. Okay. Here, let me just I'm gonna keep this video available so we can use it. So right here, it's drifting this way. So now this is not a point, this is basically a pivot point. We don't know where this point is. We know this is the furthest point of travel right about here. So we know it doesn't go any further than this, and it turns back towards the blue and it starts to yaw this way. So it could be down here is what I'm thinking. It could be on this line down below here. I did walk this right here. To get this last point down here, I walked all the way down here. But, there's a lot of space in between that could easily be, I mean, there's a lot of unexplored space. I don't think it's over here. So this, I can pretty much count this space out over here because everything is indicating that it's going towards the trail and that it's going to be down in this area, down on the bottom. So this would be to the east. Okay, so east of my location. From all of the information that I'm getting here, we know it's stopped. We know that it's losing altitude at this point. Okay, so you can see that data point right there. And that's the great thing about this on, right there. You can see that it's holding and then it drops right there and zero, bang, dropping, 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 bang. And now this is the scary thing here. What if, here, let me get this out of the way. What if, what if it continues to fly? That's the thing is it's going to keep drifting. So to me, I'm going to keep going east. So I'm facing north right now. This is north. The red mountain is north of me. So to the right is east, to the left is west. So I'm thinking I'm gonna not go any further than 3,000 feet out, which I can easily reference on my from my phone, and then just travel that route, and then what I was telling Kai today is I'm going to do a reciprocal course back and forth from the furthest point in, and just hike that back and forth. And that's to me, it's not that if I can ride my bike out there and I can knock that area out without a doubt. Oh yeah, that's the path that I come in on, the reference path. That's the path I come in on. And it seems like it's inside the path, right? Isn't that what aren't you getting the same thing I'm getting? Here, I think I can make this bigger. I can blow this up a little bit so you can see it a little bit bigger. And the path he's referring to is, let's see here. Oh, it sucks. He's referring to this path right here. There's a pathway, and that's the trail path. That's what I come in on. I ride in on that path. So if you go back, you'll notice I crossed the path. Here, let me go back out right there, right there. This trail right here. So if you want to know where I was, this is where I parked my e-bike right here. This spot right here. I'm putting my cursor right on it. This little open area. It's got you can see how there's a lot of dents. So the area that I'm searching is basically from here down to the south this way. So we got all this open area, but it's out further. So let me see here. So and the thing is, it's north, south, east, and west is very. It's you got to decide. You're mentally. So so this right here, we're almost looking at it exactly the same. So this if you take this and you superimpose it, um, this is kind of the let's see. Hold on here. I got to look at this again. You got to look from the point where so this goes straight back. So we got all of this area because, like I said, it gets, I'm already getting confused right now because all this stuff turns around when you're in the area. So when you're walking that area, you need to have points of reference. If you don't, you just wander in the wrong direction. So while I'm searching tomorrow, probably tomorrow, I'm going to be laying more points of reference down. I'm going to be putting new ones and then comparing those to my old points of reference, and then um like I said, just be able to distinguish between the two. But yeah, so this is a good reference point to my the point on the trail because it gives us that east west, or excuse me, north south direction. Because right now, we don't know is north south, except we do know, yeah, we do know north south. We know north south to 3,000 feet. We know approximate line that we're traveling at about 3,000 feet at the maximum distance. And then, of course, we've got a drift that drifts to the east. And the east would be this way, this eastward drift. And you can see that the trail turns east right there. Okay. So if you see right over here, this trail will turn to the east and it heads back. So there's a turn right there. You can see I'm traveling towards that point right there. I'm right over the trail at this point. And then I go a healthy distance by this reference point to the point where I can't even see it anymore. Okay, it's out of that field of vision. And I'm still drifting. But then I'm also now going, if you notice before it turns, I start to head towards that rocky outcrop. Okay. So I'm basically going this way and I'm heading kind of this way. Okay. I'm heading toward, this is that rocky outcrop that I am heading towards right, right here. So this is all of that rock area right there. So here are those two conglomerations of rock. And then there's that wash that goes through. So here, once again, here's the conglomeration of rock, and this is the wash that goes through right here. So this area right here has not been searched. I know I didn't search that area. Okay. Well, obviously I don't, I'm not going to search that area because I'm not seeing it right now. I need to search below me where I'm at. So I need to be down from that area. I would say straight east. Okay. So let me look at that again. But I'm going to search the whole area. I'm not going to just, um, I'm going to go down here. Well, yeah. So it's like I said, it just this area right in here is I haven't looked at any of it. I mean, it's really down here. It's really down in this area right down here that I need to look because this is where it would drift when it turned. I was working my way, and it like I said, this spot here doesn't jive with the video. You know, everything is distorted from these cameras. These cameras are wide angle cameras, so it makes you seem like you're further away than what you really are. So you need to kind of crowd the area more. So anyway, yeah. So you get the last known location sent to the controller from the drone. I wish you could. I wish I could. I wish, guys, if I had it, I would be using that. I know. We're used, guys. We are used to dealing with drones that we're familiar with, right? Guys, I've been flying DJI drones for almost 8 years. And yeah, I know exactly where I'd go to look for my information, the black box information. This thing, for some reason, did not record that stuff in a legitimate way. So I'm gonna see if I can find and show you what I'm talking about. I have it. Oh, I have it. Guys, I am not flying blind here. So those are all my flight records right there. And the only record I have is the 27th. I flew on the 28th and the 29th. Neither of those records are there. And the 27th, I flew 72 feet, or 485 feet. And that was the day before. So it goes from the 27th, the November 27th to the 14th of December. I have no other records in there. So it doesn't exist. I don't have records of that. You know, this is the actual records of those dates. And it goes from November 27th and then it jumps down to a date that so I do not have it. Guys, if I had it, I wouldn't be wasting my freaking time doing all this. So um at least I got a video. I'm so glad that the video I did a screen capture that day. It just literally This is the only thing. If I didn't have a screen capture, I wouldn't even be looking. I wouldn't even care. I would just let this thing go. And yep. So I do have my. I know I have distance from the reference point. Okay, Jim, and that is right here. That is shown right here. There's my line right there. That is this is the distance back. This line goes to my takeoff point. Okay. And this is to the furthest point of where my search is, to the only reference point that I have that's close by. I do have this little thing right in here, which I can't see from my video, which would be more helpful because it's another point. Oh, that's the fire pit. That's the fire pit right there. That's the little hillbilly fire pit that's down there. Let me see if let me play that forward. Right. I found something. I just found something. You see that black? You see this black spot right here? That's a fire pit. That gives me another point of reference. This fire pit. It's small. I know exactly what it is. I definitely should go to the fire pit, set a point, go to this point, go to the extent of the distance, whatever this is, from 3,000 to 2,900 feet, 29.9 something. And then I can put an X through that area and I'll end up somewhere out here. Guys, I'm going to end up if I use this point of reference, let me just see once again here. We go here. Now I'll show you where the fire pit is. Okay, we're going to come up to here. That's the fire pit right there. That's the fire pit. That's that black spot because believe me, this is an area that's used. Trucks out there, people shooting. So that's the fire pit. And let's see how far I go past the fire pit. Okay, now I'm level with the fire pit right now. And I'm turning at the fire pit. Now I'm going past the fire pit. That's 2857. We have to understand that we don't know how accurate. So I might be level with that fire pit at this point. There's the swing around point. Okay, and then the crash. And this is the loss of signal right there. And right there, you'll see that everything's frozen and nothing. Oh, I didn't mean to show you that. All right. So the fire pit is another reference point I can use. Yeah. Hey, Gary, I have screen recordings have saved more FPV drones than anything. From an FPV point of view, you get in the right area. But usually with FPV, you can get closer to the ground. You can look at like an individual bush, or you get some kind of a rock or something that we get. And so this is hey guys, this is Utah, man. Utah is like Blind Frog Ranch. We lose stuff here. We've got aliens in the ground here. We got like magnetic interference with geometric. We have geometric anomalies here. Oh man. I'm going to find this. Guys, I am going to find this. I'm going to find it. I'm going to find it. I've got a point of reference. I've got a distance. I've got really good visual evidence of a crash in an area that I should be able to find it. I just wish I could teach my dog how to smell for it. If I could teach Steve how to smell for it, he would find it. He would find it in a second. So, guys, let me tell you something. This is the reason why I love DJI. I'm just telling you, this is the reason why I absolutely love DJI. And we have to be, guys, we have to be ready for this. because we're gonna lose DJ High. Train the dog how to hunt lithium? Hell yeah. He could find that. Steve could find this thing. I'm telling you, if Steve knew what he was looking for, he would find this instantly. I just walk out in that area. He would smell it. Uh I think we're good though. I think I've got a really good, we got a pathway. We've got places that I've eliminated. I know I haven't been looking in the right spot. And all I got to do now is go where X is on the map. And I think I'm going to find it. I really do. And, I know it says in my last video, X marks the spot. Well, that's how I found it. I create X by going out, doing some field work, dropping some points of reference down, and I'm going to do that. Guys, I'm not going to do this stupid. I'm going to find. Obviously, I'm going to go to this point. I am going to put a, I am going to put a marker on this point right there, right that you're looking at. I'm also going to put a point of reference here. I'm also going to put a point of reference somewhere over here, and I am going to create a triangulation, and I am going to bring the lines in, and I'm going to find it that way. And then, guys, if I don't find it, I've got two more chances to find it. If I do not find it in the next two videos, it's gone. It doesn't exist here. It's somewhere else. But I will find it. I am determined to find this thing. So if I have to find a lithium smelling dog, which they probably have at TSA, but anyway, at least I just wanted to show you guys what I'm up to, what I'm faced with, and I think I'm going to bring this camera out. I think I'm bringing this one out next time. This one here is going to be a little bit easier, and I can bring the clip on and just put it on my hat. But this camera here might be, it's the lighting issue. If I've got good lighting, this camera will be, I can throw it in my pocket, and um I can get more specific video, you guys. But this thing is um gonna help me. I've been using the Action 5 with my bike. I like to keep the Action 5 on my bike because it does such a nice job with the driving shots, and it does a great job with video, with the audio. This one, the audio is not so good, so I've been carrying the pocket. But the pocket I've been throwing in my backpack. I have to keep it extended. It takes the best video, obviously. If you saw from that, you know, if you saw from from the footage, I mean, it literally just it kills this. I mean, look at that. That's 1 inch video sensor. That's just it's just the best camera ever. So, I mean, you get footage like this. I mean, well, or you get commercials of fat guy. Oh, I hate that. I hate that. Right there. There we go. There's the clay pigeon in the underwear that I found. So that guy doesn't shoot very well. Those must be kids out there missing that many clay pigeons. I probably found 5 or 6 of them that weren't broke. And so, I mean, come on, guys, you're hitting, it's like freaking hitting a plate, with a shotgun. It's not even hard. It's not even a sport. Just kidding. I apologize to you guys that are trap shooters. Uh, but yeah, I'm able to find a lot of stuff, I'm just telling you. So that's this right here. You can see this footage here is from the Action 5. So that's Action 5 footage. You can see that my face is kind of it's a little bit pale. That's a setting issue. I gotta fix that. Um, and then that's 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 footage from my, my Pocket 3. Pocket 3 is killer. It's by far the best camera that you can um I think that's Action 5, but the Pocket is the king of cameras. There's no question about it. You can see anything with a blurry background is the Pocket. So, but yeah, I think I'm going to bring this one out and actually throw it in my pocket, carry it just so I can be a little bit more free. But the audio's, and I can flip it on my hat. Just gives you a little bit more um, interesting perspective. I also found a trail marker too. I think I showed you guys that the trail marker. Let's see if I can find that. Yeah, that's the white. That's the white thing. That's the other thing in my hand right there. Got the trail marker right there. So anyway, that's enough of that. But I'll get it. We'll get it. We're in the right spot. We just got to move. Now, if you look at the trail behind me right there, I'm actually panned to the area I'm going to be walking. And that's the other reason why I like to look at these at what I like to look at these images, because they help me kind of it plays through my mind the area that I haven't covered, but it's so small, um when you lose something this small, you see there's the turn of the trail turns off right there. So I'm I need to go all the way over here, which I did do, and I need to go all the way up. There's a lot of area that I did not walk. So underwear and discs. What the hell is that place? It's just people's trash. What happens is kids will drive their side by sides out. They'll bring their shotguns and they'll shoot some trap. Go have a fire. Drink some beers, and um, it's BLM land. This is actually reserve land. I don't You can't get away with it anymore, but before it was reserve land. It's not policed like you'd think it would be. So it's general use, public space. Um anyway, I think that's enough for today. I think you guys got my point. I think you understand what I'm working with as far as um how I'm going about my search. I think you guys have an idea of, I'm not just flying blind. I'm actually doing some things that are meaningful, trying to find this thing. And of course, I'm looking for telltale sign. I'm looking for an aircraft that's missing part of a propeller. So maybe it lost half of a propeller. Maybe it lost just half. It's got two. The props are just like, they're just like the mini four props. They're big. They're probably 4.5 inches, when they're spread out. So, and if I lost one of those, I might have gotten um, a loss of lift on a corner, that kind of thing. I just order one. Hey, Steve, that's chicken shit. Steve, I'm telling you, if this was if I was doing anything else, I wouldn't be looking for this. I'm interested. I'm truly interested in this thing when I find it. I think you'll be interested in it because we'll be able to tell a huge story about what happened, why it was lost, and then of course the manufacturer. I'll stick it in the box, man. Send it back to him. So exactly, that's too easy. What do you have to do? I'm not quite retired yet. When I get retired, I'll just shit can it. All righty, man. I think it's time to call this one. But Merry Christmas to everybody. Hope everybody had a great Christmas break. I am enjoying my time off. I'm out and like I said, doing a lot of hiking. This will be my fourth hike in like 5 or 6 days, which is awesome. I mean, I got my bike out there. Um, which is really fun to drive out there. I mean, you can really haul butt in that trail. That's a big trail too. You can go a mile, you know, you can get, 15, 20 miles an hour on that trail out there. So no, dude, there's only success here. I'm putting my reputation on the line that I'm going to find it. I am. I'm literally closing every option out, and I'm going to find this thing. My reputation is on the line here. Okay, Merry Christmas, guys. Please, it's fun watching, doing the search. Yeah, it's all about the search. It's you know it's it's if I just left it go, it wouldn't be have a story. There would be no story about it. And part of what I do is I like to tell a story, and this is a story that all of us know. We've all had to do searches. I pulled them out of trees. I've been very successful finding drones. With this one, I have not. It's driving me crazy that I haven't found it. I've found every no, Mr. Croc, I have not found. The reason why I haven't found him is he is in a dangerous spot and he's on a private golf course, and I don't want to freaking have to go and um, do the walk of shame, to find that one because I don't think it's possible. I think it's too dangerous. It's just very, very intense area. I mean, we're talking lava tubes and stuff. So that can go 15, 20 feet down, 50 feet down. It's not an easy place you can't, there's no navigation to that. This is flat ground. If I can't find this drone in flat ground, then somebody picked it up. So I can't sleep now. Guys, the pressure's on me. I told you I'd find it. So told you I'm going to find this thing. All righty, we're out of here. Have a great one. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Maybe we'll start the year off with another victory for Dad Random. So we're going to find it. It'll be a victory for Dad Random. It'll be a victory for you guys. Believe me, I'm listening to what you're saying about this. I mean, there are some really good, there's some really good knowledge here, but we have to, like I said, we have to start putting an X on the location. You just can't wander around the desert. Most of us, when we're looking for stuff, we have some kind of point of reference, and I think we have a better set of information right now. I've got some other data points I told you, and some of this I can do on the site. So I'll probably on this next trip, I will do some active site analysis where I start to put some lines down. And we'll go to those X points. So if it's possible, for sure. So, all right. Take it easy, guys. We are out of here. Like I said, we are done for today, and keep searching. Don't quit. Don't don't do like Steve would do, which would just leave it sit out there in the desert alone, shivering, some coyote wandering off with it. It deserves better because I should have aborted the flight. It's my fault, totally my fault. I knew it was a malfunctioning aircraft and I knew better and I didn't. That's why I want to find it. So, right, later. Bye.